Lord Marshal, General Noria, you wanted to see us?
We did. Sentence?
Yes. What do you know about the Bloodburn?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
So, our commitment to secrecy worked for a change. That's refreshing.
The Bloodburn is a plague. The first time we heard about it was about 3 months ago. For almost a moon's turn now, every capable alchemist of Greyfell and Everlight has been searching for a cure, and there are rumors that the elves, the dwarves, and even the greenskins are affected by it as well. Problem is, we are nowhere near a solution, and recently there's been a massive outbreak at a village near Greyfell, Leonon.
I see. Any idea what causes it? How does it spread?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. Some things seem to suggest that it's contagious, whereas some alchemists believe the infections occurred random.
At random?
Well, not entirely. Apparently,
The infected we've talked to, many of them have reported hearing, I don't know how to put it, noises around where the infection must have taken place.
Noises?
Yes, some of them even said it sounded like a voice. Superstitious nonsense, of course.
A curse. That is what you're suggesting, isn't it?
A curse? No. If anything, I think it might be some kind of magical anomaly. However, you're not here to muse about the causes of the plague. We have scholars set on that.
we have to find a way to contain the outbreak in that village, Leonon. If the infections reach Greyfell, we will be faced with a catastrophe that will make the Mage Wars look like a pleasant dream. Thus, we, together with a small division of Nortander's soldiers, will travel to Leonon and assess the situation and see what we can do.
If the Bloodburn is deadly, how do we protect ourselves when we get into the contaminated territory?
Again, we haven't understood the Bloodburn's distribution pattern yet, so there's a chance it'll not affect you anyway. But to make sure, our alchemists have prepared a concoction that's supposed to protect against the infection.
Supposed to protect?
Well, it did work for our scouts.
Understood. When do we set out?
Tomorrow at first light. Just anything else, Lord Marshal?
No, just...
We will.
I'm ready.
What? You've been briefed.
Of course.
Interesting.
Pray tell. I'm ready.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important.
Understood.
Got it.
What are you doing? These are General Noria's quarters.
You're right. Sorry. Are you Albertus de Reims?
Depends on who's asked.
Corporal Carpel and Corporal Tahar, Wolfguard. We were told you can give us a medicine that can protect against the Bloodburn?
Ah, so that's you. Yes,
And it works?
of course it works. Just make sure to never go over my suggested dose, otherwise it can be lethal.
No, that was all. Thank you.
Orders? Yes.
Now would you look at that?
No city of Nortander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army, from the great Orcish horde to a swarm of dragons. It was here that the Mage Wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your father's planned attack. You remember the battle that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery, no amount of medals will make you forget the widow's cries at the funeral pyres.
Yes, that's it! Now again! Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent!
What's next? Let's see.
Few people know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was constructed in 6542 by King Arif Eilith as a monument to his greatness. Arif was known for his cruelty and decadence. When after a fight, his equally disliked brother attempted to kill him, Arif fled all the way to the top of the Grey Tower, into his shrine. But his brother, sword in hand, followed. A fight ensued in which both of them were fatally wounded. Ever since, the hall has stood as a symbol for justice.
This isn't the Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
Well, it's probably already started. Let's go take a look.
Silence will not change anything. I hope you realize that.
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
Do you think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. Apart from a stable boy who was part of the act all along. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aonir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonider soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnenmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by the morrow. The trial is over.
That's tough.
Who's that woman? The older one?
You don't know? Alright, now that surprises me. That was Amaria Leonider, the only surviving member of House Leonider. All of her sons died in the final battle.
She seemed to be very upset by what the elves said about Aeonir.
Yeah, no wonder. She's one of the most fervent followers of the Purity. Probably House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Northander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer. Understood.
Understood. Interesting.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins.
One, two. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower.
Let's see.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown.
Acknowledged.
Yes, that's it. Now again. Remember, eyes locked onto your opponent.
There you are. Ready?
We are.
Good. Then let's go get the others. We have a long journey ahead of us.
For the crown! Charge!
Wide swathes of green, fertile soil, lakes and rivers rich in fish. The people of Leonon, a small village in the meadowlands of Leonidar, have long led a peaceful life. Now the tides have turned. According to word of mouth, the village has been struck by the Bloodburn. It is your mission to ascertain these rumors' veracity and act accordingly.
All I'm saying is that I just don't understand why people always act that way. I mean,
Quiet. We're here.
This is Leonon? Huh, looks pretty serene.
Still.
What about our troops? Should we wait for them to catch up?
No. Our first task is to assess the situation anyway. How bad is it, and how many are infected? Once we have a clearer picture, we'll act accordingly.
Meaning?
We'll see.
Microphone sound activated. Resumed.
Naughty boy. हो गया काम हो गया
The Hall of War is not only where most of Northander politics are conducted, but also where emissaries and diplomats from other empires are first received when visiting Greykeep. It is easy to understand the reason.
Understood. Dismissed.
But all we need is more time. The cure is within reach, and we...
You've had your time, and what did you achieve? Nothing. People are dying as we speak, and if we do not stop this plague right now, it'll wipe out all of Greyfell next. I've made my decision. Once you've found a cure, fine, we will use it, but for now, this is the only way.
I understand, Lord Marshal. Forgive me for my failure.
Dismissed.
Now would Lord Marshal, General Noria, you wanted to see us?
We did.
Yes. What do you know about...
I'm not sure what you...
The bloodburn is a plague for almost a moon's. Problem is, we are nowhere near a solution. And recently there's been a massive outbreak at a village near Greyfell.
And am I right to assume that this bloodburn is lethal?
Absolutely. It's by far the most dangerous plague EO has seen since the Red Fever. Frankly, it corrupts a person's blood, hence the name. It starts with a light fever and some nausea, and within a week, people will bleed from their mouths and their eyes. We don't know what causes it, and the blood forms blisters. After that, it's over quickly. Within the next few days, the victim will bleed out like a slaughtered pig.
Tiara's breath.
Indeed.
I see. Any idea what causes it? How does it spread?
Well, that's the thing. Some things seem to...
At random?
Well, not entirely.
The infected we've talked...
Noises?
Yes, some of them...
A curse. That is what you are suggesting.
A curse?
We have to find a way to contain the outbreak. Thus, we, together with a small division of Northander soldiers, will travel to Leonon and assess the situation.
I understand. But if there's no cure, how can we contain it?
We'll see when we get there.
What's my role in this?
What kind of question is that? You're a member of the Wolf Guard, and this is a royal mission.
If the bloodburn is deadly, how...
Again, we haven't understood the bloodburn's distribution pattern yet.
Supposed to protect?
Well...
Understood. When do we set out?
Tomorrow at first light. Anything else?
No. Just...
We will.
Orders? What's next?
Of course.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important, as it houses both the Hall of War and the Hall of Justice.
User joined your channel.
Buddy joined your channel.
God use.
Andy है Andy.
Will do.
Happy birthday. लौंडी मिलेगी आज
Are you Albertus de Reims?
Depends on who's asking.
Corporal Carpel and Corporal Tahar.
Ah,
And it works?
of course it works.
No, that was all. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's see.
Buddy in your channel timed out. Buddy entered your channel.
Interesting.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once...
Now would you?
बेटा का
बहुत बढ़िया यार मेरे पास 4 मैच भेजेंगे मेरी 14 भेजेंगे 4 को करो
3
Few people know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was
This isn't the Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, I forgot. But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
Do you think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. Apart from a stable boy who was part of the act all along. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aeonir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonider soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnenmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by the morrow. The trial is over.
That's tough.
बस स्मार्ट बैट डोटा
What do you make of this?
I don't know. She might be speaking the truth, or...
Who's that woman?
You don't know? That was a
She seemed to be very upset.
Yeah, no wonder. House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Northander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the
Of course.
एक दिन ओवरवॉच खेलोगे सब साथ में मजा आएगा
चैनल पर
क्या मजा कर रहे हो क्या बात है बेड़ू नजर लगानी पड़ी क्या अरे पता क्या
Acknowledged.
Let's see.
Yes?
We're just 2 soldiers. We saw the brand.
So, what do you want?
Could you tell me more about the purity of light? About your faith?
Oh, you're a seeker.
Maybe.
Well, I will do my best to answer your question.
What's your problem with mages?
We don't have a problem with mages. We have a problem with defilers.
What's the difference?
Well, a mage is someone who has the ability to tap into the power the All-Father Aeonir used to create the universe. It's a burden, and we are well aware of how some mages suffer. However, having that ability by itself is not a sin. Using it is. Man should not have that power, regardless of stature or morality.
But that's what defilers do. They have no humility. They recklessly indulge in their magic and use it for their own purposes. Asamo Tahar is the best example. He showed the world how foul and dangerous uncontrolled magic can be.
What about battle mages? There are mages in the Royal Army, too.
Well, technically they are defilers too, but they are a necessary evil, so to speak. Mages are powerful, and in order to keep Nortander safe from them, they might be needed. It sounds paradoxical, I know, but it's the truth.
But can't magic also be used for good?
It's not about good or bad, it's about humility. Man was never meant to use magic, and the disregard of this fact is what made the world the violent, corrupted place that it is. So yes, magic can heal as much as it can kill, but that does not change that we are not allowed to meddle with it. We are not gods, soldier, we are men, and until we know our place again, Aeonir will not return.
This woman, what did she do?
That one? She was one of Asamo Tahar's rebels. They hid in wind walls, but the Royal Army took out their camp. She summoned a beast that tore apart 13 soldiers before they finally pinned her down. It's good that the mask put an end to her right away.
Do you have some kind of leader? Your movement originated in Greyfell, correct?
Movement. I don't think you quite understand. Regarding your first question, yes, we do. Harbinger of
What exactly do you believe?
Renounce.
What do you mean by they left?
Well, they were only temporary to begin with.
Aeonir wants to return?
Yes, and he will reveal himself to us, and will make this world one of freedom, peace, and equality again. No.
And how exactly will he do this?
It's a god we are talking about.
And why had...
Well, that's the reason we're here. Aeonir.
Pure?
Yes. Free of the wrong faith. Free of defilers.
Interesting.
That's one word for it.
Well, thanks for your help.
Certainly. Aeonir's light guide your path, soldier.
Understood.
Left wing Ronaldo. 99 right wing है Messi. वो लीग फेक लग रही है.
99 थोड़ी आएंगे तारे.
97 Kane. Kane तो नहीं आएगा.
99 थोड़ी आएंगे Messi.
वो Messi भी 90 आएगा.
नहीं Messi 99 लाएंगे. बैलेंस कर देंगे.
नहीं कोई बैलेंस
नहीं लाएंगे. ये एक है.
क्रिस्टियानो को 99 लाएंगे.
हाँ उसका भी बात है.
Messi 90-80 रखेंगे.
चलो क्या? ये तो हार नहीं. ज़्यादा नहीं लेता.
मेरे 3 मैच रिमेनिंग है 15 दिन हो गए. अब तीनों के तीनों जीत रहे.
इसमें तो जैसे टैकल किया समझ में आ रहा है. चलो एक गोल तो कर रहे हैं मार दिया.
है ना?
Hello? 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 Hello?
अबे यार लास्ट
वो सेक्स मॉडल था
भाई मल्टीक्लास
रख के पड़ता है तो
अरे धन्नो प्लान क्या करना उसको उसके पास ये था वो मॉडल था
पता है मैंने ले लिया तो ये भी पहले दिया तो कोई बात नहीं दिया फिर कुछ नहीं
देख कैसे काम करते हैं
चलो तो मैं तेरे
ऐसे क्या
दिया इसको लाके यार सेंटर है
क्या
यार कोई बंदा इतना कैसे
Now,
There you are. Ready?
not yet.
Well then, hurry.
कर गेम बना
Orders?
वन टच करते
Pray tell.
There you are. Ready?
We are.
Good. Then let's go get the others. We have a long journey ahead of us.
बस दे दे वापस और लाल लाल करके रिटर्न को वापस
आपको रिजेक्ट करना पड़ता है
और मेरी एक मिनट
Wide swathes of green, fertile soil, lakes and rivers rich in fish. The people of Leonon, a small village in the meadowlands of Leonida, have long led a peaceful life.
All I'm saying is that I just don't understand why people always act that way. I mean,
Quiet.
This is Leonon?
Still.
What about our troops?
No. Our first once we have a
meeting,
we'll see.
What is it?
Interesting. Now would you look at that?
Yes?
Stay alert.
All right.
Let's see.
Onwards.
Corpses. Was that the blood burn?
We'll see.
Still fresh. They don't...
That's not good. We should hurry.
What's this?
Looks like an old trading post. I guess it got overrun by rebels during the Mage Wars. We might actually use it as an outpost if we need help from our troops.
Speaking of troops, where's the rest of the Wolf Guard? Didn't you say we'd meet up with them near the King's Forest?
Yes, but they're still up north taking care of some rebels. They should arrive soon, though.
Take them down!
Yes?
You don't know who you're messing with. For the queen! Make it quick!
Yes.
Now would you look at that?
Let's go.
What the? Elves?
Salangar. Who are you? And what by Ellen's reigns are you doing here?
Sentenza Noria, General of the Wolf Guard. And we'll be the ones asking the questions. This is Nortander territory.
Wolf? Huh, I see. Then talk to our scryer, Elion, Evran. I believe she will want to have a word with you.
So do I.
Understood.
You shouldn't be here. Talk to Scryer Elion.
Stay alert.
Interesting.
The Wolf Guard. Huh. This will be interesting.
What are you...
It is, and we are aware of that. But I'm afraid recent developments have made our presence necessary.
Spare me the verbiage. What's the meaning of this?
As you might know, this village has been struck by the Bloodburn. We are here to investigate.
What about the corpses? We found what looked like villagers with arrows in their backs.
Bandits, not villagers. They were near the village when we got here, and we took care of them.
You do realize that what you're doing here could be considered an invasion, right?
Maybe so, yes. But believe me, we are not here to start a war.
Well, we are also here to inquire, so maybe we can help each other.
I appreciate the notion, but I'm afraid this won't be possible.
Why?
Because I know what you came here to do, and it's a mistake.
What do you mean?
All right, that's enough. We're here by order of the Queen, and according to the White Mist Treaty, you will now step...
You're not.
What?
The White Mist Treaty was struck between the Moorhere Scryers and Queen Aelith. You are acting acting under the orders of Lord Marshal Arendir, to whom we have sworn no loyalty. Or should I say, Lord Anger and those mage-slaughtering purity fanatics who are really making the laws of your country now.
The purity has nothing to do with this. We are here to prevent the bloodburn from spreading.
Well, we will take care of that. Now leave, or I will make you.
Was that a threat?
It was. You have 5 minutes to get back to where you came from. Then our archers will open fire. Leave.
Back to the trading post, now!
Bloodburn. How come we never heard about this until now?
Because the Crown wanted to avoid a panic. Though it's too late for that now. Word is spreading rapidly and those purity lunatics are using it to their advantage.
I guess you don't like them.
No. And I think Arendir's way of handling them is dangerous.
Got it.
Our troops caught up. Good.
General Noria, what's the matter? Is something wrong?
Look up ahead and you'll see. We have unwanted company. Where's the rest of you?
At the crossroads, sir. Waiting for your word.
Good. Then send them in. The elves won't let us into the village, so we'll force them to. If we do it right, they won't stand a chance. Anselm, you'll help me develop a strategy. Corporal Tahar, you will oversee the setting up of the outpost. What's your name?
Seamark, sir. Gerald Seamark.
And you grew up here, right?
That is correct, sir.
Good. Then you know the area. Now, let's get started. If these damned more here want blood, they shall have it.